Some left peacefully, while others had a full-blown meltdown.
He started this pandemic for a reason, so we can wake the up. I was born a leader, and he was born a follower.
But whatever the reason, every single one of them had to figure out what comes next when the biggest channel on the planet decides your time is up. I'm Indart, and this is what happened to every MrBeast member that ended up getting fired, starting with the most controversial, Kris Tyson. Kris Tyson had been with MrBeast essentially from the beginning, racking up over 3 million followers on their own Instagram account and helping MrBeast surpass hundreds of millions on his channel. But only recently, Kris was spotted working a minimum wage job at a local cinema. Because in 2023, everything shifted when Kris began publicly documenting a gender transition, and the internet's reaction was immediate. A targeted campaign started circulating serious allegations, which were serious enough that they eventually became more of a subject than MrBeast himself. On July 23rd, 2024, Kris posted a statement saying it was time to permanently step away from MrBeast and social media to focus on family and mental health. Except that's not quite what happened. The MrBeast YouTube channel kept on going like normal, with a couple tweets receiving over 100 million views talking about firing Kris. It then looked like Kris had completely abandoned their online image, deleting almost everything from their Instagram and Twitter, leaving only a few posts remaining. Kris hasn't posted on anything in over 2 years, and everybody thought they had completely disappeared. Well, that's not actually the case. Because on a seemingly random channel, Play PK, videos started to appear that had never seen the light of day. It was Kris reacting to MrBeast's new videos, acting like nothing had ever happened.
Oh, MrBeast uploaded a video. MrBeast, that feels weird to call him that. James Beast uploaded a new video. Let's watch the video.
Obviously, now that Kris was hated by the entire internet, the videos were extremely poorly received. One of the most popular reactions has almost 500,000 views, with just over 1,000 likes and 35,000 dislikes. Now, you might be wondering why the channel is called Play PK and has this profile picture. And that's because Kris's first attempt at coming back to the internet was so incredibly awful that they had to go undercover on a new name. Originally, when Kris returned, this account was called Kris Tyson, with the description reading, "This channel is just a fan page, this is not an official channel." However, it was pretty obvious that this wasn't the case, as there were multiple live streams, reactions, and new videos that never existed beforehand, such as Kris's jungle camping experience.
I'm touching grass.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, let me get the full fit. Oh, I had a fanny pack, but it got way too hot. This is Barbie Goes Camping.
And literally thanking the viewers for 25,000 subscribers on this channel. Although on the 25th of November 2025, it seemed like Kris had had enough of the hate, because they got a person called PK who claimed they owned the channel and were faking the videos this entire time.
So yeah, I'm just regular fan, the one who actually built and has been running this channel till now.
However, it was incredibly obvious this wasn't the case. And comments on this video already know that Kris is just straight up lying to the audience. It ain't difficult to hire someone to pretend that he owns this channel. Bro knew he wasn't getting away with fan page anymore and asked some dude on the street to pose as a child sympathizer. Since then, Kris has abandoned this channel, and the person known as PK has taken over. However, only 3 videos have been posted ever since. And then, an infamous creator, Neon, was live streaming with Ryan Garcia when they walked into a random cinema, and they happened to stumble right into Kris working there.
Bro, they show Netflix shows on this.
Oh my god.
You could come here and watch Netflix.
Tyson. It's Kris Tyson. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi!
from MrBeast?
That is no, that's not MrBeast.
That's him.
No way, for real?
That's him.
No, you're lying.
What the? Why is he? Why is he working at it?
That's not Chris. Is it?
Dude, it's him. Why is
For
he
real?
working at it? Yo, that's sick.
Go say hi. You're a big fan.
Oh, the chat's telling me to chill. All right.
For someone who once had 3 million followers, a complete family, the dream job working with MrBeast, and was one of the most recognizable faces in the world, it was a jarring image, and the response from every direction has been relentless. Went from working with MrBeast to working at a movie theater. And that just shows how down bad your life can get from one bad decision. But what about Jake the Viking? Jake the Viking joined the team in June 2018, where, at the time, the content was significantly more physically demanding than it is today. MrBeast was making videos such as surviving on a desert island, a rainforest, and the famous anything you can carry, I'll pay for it challenges, where he was seen holding an absurd amount of items. But by early 2020, the content had shifted into the giveaway style it is today, which is less physical, and as a result, Jake started appearing less and less. His last main appearance was in a hide-and-seek challenge, then, shortly after, a fan asked on TikTok if he was still with the team. His reply, "Nah, they fired me." A couple of days later, Jake uploaded a full-length video that sits at over 18 million views titled "Why I Left MrBeast." He said his piece no longer fit the puzzle, that it was mutual, and that he'd already been telling Jimmy he wanted to go build something of his own.
Well, I'd already told him multiple times, what I wanted to do was kind of be my own boss, do my own thing.
Well, that clean exit seemed to have initially paid off. He built a YouTube channel with close to 2 million subscribers and over 3 million on TikTok. Then, in 2024, when the broader MrBeast allegations started circulating, Jake came back with a different story, claiming he was actually fired rather than mutually parting ways, and that Jimmy had been aware of a situation involving a convicted offender hired by the company. Turkey Tom uploaded a video titled "Jake the Viking is very stupid," where he points out that Jake's own brother-in-law was reportedly that person, and Jake said he personally knew about it this entire time.
So Jimmy knew, Jake knew, but the problem is that Jimmy knew. The problem isn't that Jake knew for some reason. But this tweet in and of itself is a lie. You didn't just know this guy. You didn't just interact with him. You didn't have like one Discord call with him. He's your brother-in-law. He was working at the same company as you. You know he's around kids right now and don't seem to have a problem with that. And on top of that, you didn't cut him off. You didn't avoid contact or something like that. Instead, when it came out on Twitter, instead of condemning him, you actively choose to defend him publicly.
It put a complicated layer on what had originally looked like a clean story. As Tom argues, this completely destroys Jake's credibility, accusing him of clout chasing and virtue signaling online while ignoring similar behavior within his own circle. There was also a separate clip that started circulating the internet where Jake was live streaming and a fan asked him if MrBeast was nice off camera, to where this was Jake's response.
MrBeast nice off camera. I assume you guys just always wondered, so thought I would ask. P Green, I'll be real with you. I ain't answering that on stream.
Nowadays, when you look at Jake the Viking's YouTube, he's lost over 100,000 subscribers, and his channel is almost entirely dead. His last 3 videos haven't even reached 1,000 views each, therefore the future of Jake's online career isn't looking all too great. And while we're on the topic of clean exits, then systematically destroying it years later, Jake Weddle fits this position perfectly. He joined in 2019 and was only in a couple of videos, one of the most notable being destroying my friend's car and surprising him with a new one. He then left in November of the following year to pursue stand-up comedy, where his departure video was Warm. He said he'd lost his passion for the work.
I found myself kind of, losing passion for what I was doing.
That comedy was what he actually wanted.
There was so many things I wanted to do as a stand-up and as a creative from that angle that I really just couldn't do.
And that he and Jimmy parted on genuinely good terms.
Because me and Jimmy actually left on very good terms. I met with Jimmy before I left. He understood where I was coming from. I understood where he was coming from. There's no bad vibes either way. I'm good.
Then, in 2024, he appeared in Dogpack 404's video making allegations against MrBeast. Jake Weddle said he actually didn't like Jimmy at all, where he recounted a story about a solitary confinement challenge in which he was told turning the lights off would be a war crime.
It got to a point where, like, they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked them, I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping or me not sleeping? I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend, and I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists.
Therefore suggesting the conditions were pushed past any reasonable limit. In his own video on why he actually left the channel, this time he described more instances of extreme exhaustion, sleep deprivation, constant noise, bloody feet, and lasting psychological effects after leaving. He also says he was originally supposed to become a much bigger part of the channel, but felt pushed aside after disagreeing with the style and direction of the content. Shortly after, MrBeast paid him $50,000. The internet read it as a settlement immediately, which made everything Jake had said look calculated. Then, his stand-up special got leaked. People made fun of it, and Jake had a complete meltdown on Instagram.
That's because you people are f***ing insane.
He threatened to use the MrBeast money to sue a reviewer who covered the special, and now posts rants and skits on Patreon, where you can watch them for the absurd price of $120 per month. However, one of the more OG members of the MrBeast crew is Garrett. Garrett followed a similar trajectory, with less of a clear resolution. He first appeared in May 2018, after MrBeast team cut his car in half.
Yo, bro. Surprise! Surprise! We got you duct taped!
And your car.
Then semi-regular for about 2 years. Then he left in mid-2020 to help with Mr. Bro, which was Jimmy's brother's channel. As Mr. Bro eventually slowed down and came to an end, Garrett faded out too. According to his Instagram bio, he's moved to Austin, Texas, which is a completely different state from where MrBeast lives. He's moved into social media work, like making ads for pizza places, or working on his own clothing business called Harden Us. He hasn't posted anything with the crew in years, as it feels like that chapter just ran its course and quietly closed. But one of the biggest names in recent times is Dogpack 404, real name Dawson French. In late 2024, Dogpack dropped a trilogy of videos claiming to expose MrBeast operation from the inside.
Now, MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit.
All 3 of them racked up tens of millions of views, and people were paying close attention. Then a creator named Soggy Cereal put out a detailed debunking video that went through the accusations one by one and concluded that Dawson had misrepresented or fabricated significant chunks of what he claimed.
19-year-old MrBeast didn't do background checks. Was that stupid? Yes. Should Jimmy take responsibility for making that mistake? Yes. But it wasn't this fucked up master plan by Jimmy to intentionally hire an RSO. It was a dumb mistake by an inexperienced adolescent starting up a business.
A leaked audio clip then sealed it. In it, Dogpack is heard fighting back against being let go and asking for a second chance.
Well, because you're trying to fire me, and I want to work at this company.
I'm the CEO of this company. If I'm talking, don't interrupt me. And I am telling you this is what's happening, and you're telling me that I'm wrong. I am not wrong. I've made the decision. Here, we will take care of it.
I appreciate that. Can I please have a second chance?
It's not.
Just, if I'm getting paid, just let me come in.
It replaced the image of a wronged whistleblower with something else entirely. It was someone who desperately wanted to stay, got fired anyways, and then built a narrative around it. In a video interview with Umperville, MrBeast strongly implied he was pursuing legal action, where he said,
I've literally had people pull out millions of dollars and then tell me it was directly because of his video.
Dogpack then deleted his third and final video, went dark everywhere else online, and watched the quote audience he'd built off the controversy completely disappear. And now, it's been almost 2 years since anybody has last heard of him online. Then there's Marcus Pearson, who handled being fired about as badly as you possibly could. Marcus first appeared in June 2019 in videos such as this one here, and became a fan favourite fast. He contributed real charisma and real energy, therefore people genuinely liked watching him.
We got a truck full of toys. Let's go get them now.
And guess what? Marcus did the same. He had truckloads of toys and he gave them away to multiple hospitals.
He was in a few more uploads that same year, and then he stopped appearing. When a fan asked on TikTok when he was coming back, his only reply was ask him, suggesting he'd been left in the dark about his own future. In August 2020, it was confirmed he was off the team, which was then followed by a 12-minute Instagram story rant. He claimed MrBeast started the pandemic.
He started this pandemic for a reason, so we can wake the fuck up.
He declared himself a born leader and Jimmy a born follower.
I was born a leader and he was born a follower.
He said he was going to destroy MrBeast eternally.
So I gotta destroy him, bro. Cause I got all these brothers with me. So I'm gonna destroy you, bro. I'm gonna destroy you eternally. For a long ass time, you gonna feel this.
And he concluded the only explanation for getting fired was that Jimmy was, quote, broken somewhere.
The only conclusion that I can make is that he's broken somewhere else. That's the only conclusion that I can come up with.
The internet's response was unanimous. This made MrBeast look fine and Marcus look psycho. The most grounded explanation for the firing is genuinely boring, being the pandemic hit, revenue dropped, and Marcus was probably cut to save wages during a rough stretch. However, there's no verified evidence of exactly what went down, and with both his TikTok and Instagram being either deleted or gone private, we can't really say for sure where he is today. And this is backed up by the fact that on a Reddit post asking where he is, majority came to the conclusion that he had developed a substance problem, where other comments simply state, "We don't talk about Marcus." Although, admittingly, Tyler Conklin might be the most mysterious case on this whole list, until the answer came out of nowhere. He was one of the earliest crew members, first appearing in 2016, when the channel had under 20,000 subscribers. He was in dozens of videos over the years. Then came a moment in I Opened a Restaurant That Pays You to Eat at It, where Jimmy jokingly fired him on camera for suggesting they charge people for the food.
How much food have we given away? A lot! I'm going broke!
You could just charge people money.
Get out of here! He suggested we charge money for the food. Cut! Get out of here! Go! I don't ever want to hear you guys talk about charging again.
It was clearly a bit and just for the video, except Tyler was never seen on the channel again. The answer then suddenly came in December 2024 when Beast Games dropped on Amazon Prime. Tyler was credited as co-creator alongside Jimmy, where he helped write and direct the entire thing. You can even see him in some of the behind-the-scenes teasers that MrBeast released to his own channel. And furthermore, Tyler's bio now says Beast Games Director, and all his recent pictures confirm this is his passion, posing with MrBeast every chance he gets, leaving him as one of the few that actually came out better off after leaving MrBeast videos.